I'm going to use the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. And I'm going to take this little spatula thingamajigger. And then just put it on my lid. This little thingamajigger is by the Makeup Shack. And it's like a little plastic applicator. And this is a T69. And the brush that I'm gonna pick up is by Morphe. And this is the brush Y15. Before all that dries, I'm gonna go ahead and start to blend that out. And I'm gonna get as close to as I can to my eyebrows without messing up my eyebrows. I'm gonna dip my brush right into it and then just kind of pat it on. And for this one, I'm not gonna blend it out as much. I wanna tap it and then blend it, just so I can get that really full coverage base. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer looks like this. I really love this one. I'm just gonna pat it. Again, I just dipped my brush right into it. And I'm just gonna pat that, pat. And then flip the brush where I don't have any of that product, and then I'm just gonna kind of blend it up a little bit. The first palette that I'm gonna be using is the Live Glam Shadow Me palette. This is a really cute pink. And the second palette that I'm gonna be using is the ADH Norvina palette. And it looks like this, and this one consists of also almost all purples. So that is what that one looks like. I'm gonna place it in my crease and follow the shape of my eye. Over here and all the way in as well. Since this purple is super pigmented, what I'm gonna wanna do before I start adding any more colors to the eye, I'm going to take a super tiny blending brush. This is the Morphe M456. And I'm just gonna like smooth out the edges of that purple. That way, whatever color I decide to put on top of that, it just looks like an easy transition. It's gonna blend out smoother than if I were just to pack on another color right away. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna blend out those edges. I'm not gonna put anything on the brush. I'm just gonna use whatever pigmentation I already have on my eye to do that. And this brush is perfect for that because it's super small and it fits right into the crease. And you can see it kind of buffing away. The next color that I'm gonna take is this pink right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and take that same brush that I used to buffer out my, and I'm gonna do that in little strokes so I don't make a big old mess. I'm gonna pick up a little bit at a time. This method is just gonna help me to create that perfect, beautiful blend so it doesn't come out looking blotchy. Bringing it all the way into the inner corner. For the next color, I'm gonna take the Believe color from the Shadow Me palette, and it's this color right here. It's this very, and I'm gonna take a clean blending brush. I'm taking the Morphe M514, and it looks like this. I'm just gonna go on that edge again, and I'm gonna blend those colors together and bring them up higher towards my eyebrow. And that's just gonna help me smooth out that really pretty hot pink. Okay, once I'm done doing that, then I'm gonna go back in with those, all of the colors that I used, and I'm just gonna touch. All right, I'm gonna take that brush by Morphe, the tiny blending brush, the M456, and it's already dirty with that pink, so why not? I'm gonna dip it into the A3, that first purple that I used, and I'm gonna go into my crease and then just touch up that color just so it's nice and pigmented. And I'm actually gonna press a little bit harder and then stretch my eye back just to get all of that skin. I don't want any creasing. And then I'm just gonna buff it out. Okay, I'm gonna do the other side. So I'm basically doing all of the steps once again, just to get that really pretty pigmentation. I want it to be super, super pigmented. I can't talk right now. I need more coffee. Focus, Marina. Focus. Now I'm gonna go in with the other pink from the other palette, the Glamland, just this one right here. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing except on the edge of that. And I'm just gonna buff it out. Okay, now I'm gonna take the other, let's take another clean brush. I'm going to believe that really soft purple and then just buff out a little bit more and then go back in and buff it out again. Alrighty, to cut my crease, I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Eye Primer again. And the Anastasia Beverly Hills number 18 brush, it looks like this. I just sliced it in the middle so it's super thin. And it is the C1, just this one right here. And I'm gonna take my brush and I'm gonna go over all of the primer. I'm just gonna set that base. For the pretty peachy color right here, I'm gonna take the color E2 from the Norvina palette, and it's this color right here. And I'm gonna take a new blending brush and I'm just gonna dip it into that, and I'm gonna start to pack it out here, and then I'm gonna start to blend that in. Orange liner part right there on top of the black. I'm gonna take the E4 from the Norvina palette right here and a nice angled brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and dip that. Make sure to saturate the brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a thick liner with that color. And make it pretty thick because you are gonna go over that with the black liner and then blend it up too. So you wanna be able to see that color underneath the black as well. For my liner, I'm gonna be using the Inglot, the gel number 77, and that's what it looks like. I love this liner. It's perfect for smoky liners because it blends so well. And I'm gonna use a tiny, tiny, tiny little pencil brush that looks like this to make my liner and then slowly smudge it out. And I'm gonna take the black shadow from the Norvina palette. It is the D5 and it's the black right here. And I'm gonna take a flat shading brush that looks like that, and I'm gonna dip it into that and then just go over that black gel liner first, just to kind of set it so it doesn't move anymore, because it's super creamy and it likes to just blend away. To kind of drag it up with the shadow. But the lashes that I'm going to be using are the Ellie lashes by Lashaholics, and they are huge lashes. They look like this. I'm going to go ahead and put on my lash glue on the eyelash itself. Wait for that to get tacky, and while that dries, I'm going to go ahead and apply some to my eye, just like I always do. I add some to the outer corner right here, and then I go in and add a touch to the inner corner right there. And that just ensures that my lashes stay on longer and they wear more comfortable. So I do the inner part first and then attach the outer part, and then I do the inner. P. Louise Makeup Academy, it is the shade called Ecstasy, and it's a cream. And it looks like that. I'm just gonna use a pencil brush and just run it all along the bottom. And then I'm gonna go over that with some pretty colors. I went ahead and I wet my little tiny shader brush with a little bit of Fix Plus. And I'm gonna take the shade A1 from the Norvina palette, which is this right here, inner corner right here. And then just drag it in and have it meet that purple right there. To intensify that light purple that I added to my inner corner, I'm gonna go ahead and add some of that white that I added on my lid just to brighten it up. And I've already done it to this side and you can see the difference of how bright it looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and add it just on top of that shimmer color. And it's just gonna make it pop. And this one here is the color that I'm gonna be adding. It's like an eggplant color. It's super, super dark purple. And I'm gonna take my flat shader brush and I'm just gonna add it to the outer part right here. Blend that out just to intensify that purple right there and make it look a little bit more smoky. Just gonna pat it and then just blend it out like that. And you don't have to do this step. I just like doing it because it intensifies my eyes and it makes them look, you know, a little bit more smoky. The primer that I'm gonna be using is a brand new one by Urban Decay. It's called All Nighter. And it's this one. Kind of work it out towards the rest of my face. And I'm gonna bring it under my eyes as well. To give my skin a little bit of a dewy effect, I'm gonna take the Johnny Concert Drips. And this is what these look like. This is in the shade Royal Highness. My cheekbones. For foundation and contour, I'm gonna be using the Too Faced Born This Way foundation and concealer. My foundation shade is Warm Beige and the concealer color that I'm gonna be using to contour is called Mocha. I can't talk. The J Cat Beauty Concealer. This is the Stay Assurance Concealer in the shade Soft Tan. I'm gonna bring that up to the bridge of my nose. And add my concealer so I can contour. Oh, my baby's crying. Anastasia Beverly Hills A23 brush.
And so you don't get blotchy while doing this, don't apply too much pressure to your brush.
And set my under eyes and the rest of my face with the Tarte Shape Tape Loose Setting Powder by Tarte Cosmetics. And I'm gonna do my forehead. And then to bronze, I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Saddle Powder Bronzer. And for the mascara, I'm gonna be using the Monsieur Big Waterproof Mascara by Lancome. I blended my lashes together earlier. Tarte Stay Spray. For highlight, I'm gonna be taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in Aurora. One right here is the Morphe Y14. Take that. Hopefully it looks good. I'm scared. I know I've used it before, but I don't remember what it looks like. Oh yeah, it's really pretty. It's like a pink purple almost. It looks really good. Okay, moving on to my lips. I'm going to be using the Truffle lipsticks by Dose of Colors. And they look like this. That feels so good, so comfortable. All right, just let it dry and pretty much done. Alrighty, I am all done. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. That is the eyes up close. Very colorful, very bright, super fun. I wanted to keep it mostly matte and then just let the touch of shimmer in here. And I decided not to do a wing liner for once. I usually do a wing liner, but I decided not to for this look. Let the color do the talking.